Three, two, one. You're live. I don't have my intro today because I'm not having a good day. That's why. If you're looking, if you're on TikTok, I look fantastic. I'm going to be doing some free readings. Ask me anything starting anytime now. If you're on YouTube, I'm using this dinosaur of a PC, Windows. Okay. I'm a Mac girl. All right. Because I busted my Mac and it's away for 3 days, and I didn't realize how much addiction I had to my laptop. And my head's being cut off because if I if I put it up too high, something happens with the lighting and I disappear. So we are going to talk about what pisses you off. And hopefully I'm this computer is even able to keep up with me doing a live. So anybody who's watching me on YouTube, let me know if this is super crappy, because then I'm just going to stop because I can see that I'm lagging when I'm talking. But on TikTok, guys, I'm going to do Ask Me Anything. And I don't know if you're regulars with me at 8 o'clock every 5 days a week. I am talking about news and views with an astrological twist and a bit of a psychic twist. And yeah, so we're just going to make this a quickie because my computer is messing up and I've not had a good day. And I don't even know if I'm able to be seen very well. I got somebody viewing. If you're viewing, let me know if I'm lagging because I might be. And for TikTokers, I'm doing free readings. So ask me anything, give me your birth date and your birth information if you can, and that would be helpful. And yeah, let me know if I can answer some questions. So we're looking at a new moon right now, and the full moon is usually what causes us some havoc. But this new moon is in the sign of Capricorn, which works in my favor in a couple of places and not in my favor in other places. So we're having a frustrating day. But I am going to spend about 15 minutes or so, depending on what's going on, to do some free readings. So all you have to do is give me your birth date and your birth, just give me your birth information and I'll do a free reading for you. Okay. We are going to talk about manifesting and how do you want to manifest? When we manifest, we can have miserable times while we're manifesting. We have to be able to, hey, Randy, we have to be able to understand that there's a price that comes, there's a price to pay with manifesting. And if you're at the beginning of the new moon right now, it's time, and we're at the second day, it's time for you to put on your wish list what you want to manifest. Because I'm manifesting frustration right now and irritability, and nothing's gone right for me today. And I'm on a cleanse, and I want to do everything and anything but cleanse right now. And I lost my computer for 3 days, and that's like an appendage. So this is a good exercise, right? What are you going to do without satiating your frustrations, your irritabilities? What do you do? Go to bed, go to sleep. Some people can do that. I can't. I have to just because I just sit there and like, I have to be overtired when I'm in this mood to do that. Do you meditate? I could, but I probably won't. What else can you do? Go to the gym? Did that yesterday. Could have done it today, but I didn't because I had to take my computer in. And so when you're frustrated and you're irritated, and how are you guys feeling? Are you feeling like you're stuck? You can give me your birth date and your birth information, and I'll do just free questions or just ask me anything. Ask me anything about astrology. Ask me anything about what's going on in the world. I did have a good thing today, though. I will tell you this. I did have a really good thing today. If you guys remember, I was on the Jimmy Church show, and I'm going to be resharing it again soon. So on the Jimmy Church show, um, he gave me this idea to do these nightly things. Asked him for some advice about getting bigger and I wanted to be a guest. So he connected me with the person that is his agent, right? June 10th born, things pick up financially. June 10th, 85, 3 a.m. Edmonton. And so we had to cancel a couple times and I almost had to cancel this morning, but I talked to her and it's so much more than that. I'm hoping. I mean, I usually don't like to get my hopes up. I wait till I see actually it manifesting because getting your hopes up can kibosh your manifesting because you have expectations. You're expecting it to work out because it is adhering to a desire that you have. Ninth 93, Ontario promotion. And that sounds weird, right? So let's say you're going to a friend's place and they're going to make your favorite chocolate pecan pie. Is there such a thing? I don't know, but they're going to make it. And you love chocolate pecan pie, and you rarely get to have chocolate pecan pie, and you cannot wait to go there and get chocolate pecan pie. So you get there, and not only do they not have chocolate pecan pie, they got pumpkin pie, and you don't like pumpkin pie. And so now you're going to be I do, but the sound is good. I don't know but the sound. Okay. So you are Shiva is June 5, 96, 9:45 p. I got divorce papers today from my husband. Will I get a divorce? Oh, was that that was a surprise. Um, it was a surprise and not a surprise. But anyways, so not only is she's reasonable. I expected like this big, like chunk of money I'd have to fork over, but it really wasn't that bad. And might be able to get me some speaking gigs, like because she's affiliated with all of these big conferences. And I'm going to meet her in Sedona. But either way, I'm going to meet a super cool people in person in Sedona who knows other super cool people. So maybe I'll meet other super cool people. And I'm going to start putting myself out there being podcast more often than being a podcaster, which I have fun doing both. Oh, and there might be a chance of me having another show in that area as well, another show like this where I'll be just doing reading. So I'll have to let you guys know. Oh, you're so stressed out. Thank you, Hall. You always have us. Yeah, I do. I got your back, Jack, even though I'm on this dinosaur of a computer and having a hard time. Hmm, yeah, I'm probably gonna delete this one from YouTube. It won't stay on YouTube. So you better take notes. If I'm doing a reading for you now, you better take some notes because this one's not going to make it on YouTube. I'll do something else for YouTube. Uh, and I'm not even sure I'll do tomorrow, Friday. It really depends on this technology thing going on. But I'll come on and do free readings. Why not? Why not? Okay, so I was in the middle of doing a reading for someone, so let me change that, and we're gonna take a look at June. I'm super stressed. I'm super stressed. Um, June 10th, 85, and you, June 10th, 85. What did you want to know? What can I answer for you at 3 a.m.? Finance is picking up. All right. Well, you've got some Gemini going on in your chart too, and that's been a really challenging time. It'll pick up after May, the end of May. Right now, it's like everything's just slipping through your fingers. You'd actually be okay with finances, but somehow financial situations have mysteriously robbed you of financial circumstances that you thought were solid. Does that make sense? And you got sort of blindsided and you didn't see anything coming around the financial situation, or you were told you'd be in a financial situation like somebody getting a job and saying you're going to make this much money and you're going to be promoted, and then you don't, and none of it happens. I've been trying to figure out a second line of income. Is that what is coming in May? Yeah, absolutely. Just after May, the hardship and the difficulty and the confusion about how the direction, like your direction is going to be changing. You might be moving. When Jupiter is in your fourth house right now, and even your fifth house, you might even be still considering it. And the moving, yes, I'm feeling stuck. I would shelve this until, because not, you don't even attempt to make a decision right now. You'll make an improper decision because it'll be made blindfolded. And normally you're this logical, rational person who has answers and you just don't have them right now. And people come to you for answers, but you just don't have them. Uh, and so when I'm looking at, uh, give me a second, I want to look at, uh, oh, okay, so let me look at 2026. I think it's in May, but I want to give you an exact date when you're going to be unstuck so that you can just like go into hibernation. Go, okay, first go somewhere and like eat 10,000 calories. Okay, go somewhere, eat 10,000 calories. Make sure you got a lot of fat that you eat, and then go hibernate until this is over and you be good. And the whole thing is over. Oh, it's sooner. It's after the first week of March. After the first week of March. And then there's going to be a sudden, unexpected opportunity for you. Drum roll in April. You have a question about past life. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at April 9th, 93. Oh, this thing is so. You're welcome, Mama. And we've got a very serious, lineup of planets right now in Capricorn. And we're thinking we're our own, we are our own. I gotta get rid of that Canadian accent. Worst enemy. Drill sergeant is the word that I'm looking for. We are cracking the whip left, right, and center on our own selves. And we're disciplining ourselves as well. So you want to be careful. This is a time when you want to use this to make a plan of a goal, to set a goal. Okay, so Hera is, and then wood flooring is next. You want to know if you get a promotion in the next few years. Ah, you're ticked off. You were supposed to get a promotion last year. Yeah, like the late spring was when you were supposed to get a promotion. Your birth date and your birth year and your birth time, and I'll answer your questions. Okay, so you did get one last year. Well, it wasn't what okay, tell me what was disappointing about it, because it wasn't the money you thought it was going to be. There's something to do with the money. And yeah, you are going to be getting another one, long and short of it. And it will be midsummer. It wasn't. I just need to keep going. It wasn't what? Yeah, this year. There's a couple of, so in the middle of April and possibly in the middle of May. And there's definitely bigger ones in 2027, in March of 2027. Okay. So now we're going to look at, okay, so she's just been handed divorce papers and she wants to know, is this a real thing? I'm seeing Uranus is affecting her chart, which means in the love department, which means there's sudden, unexpected, uh, her life's being suddenly and unexpectedly shook up within a relationship. Now, I'm not looking at her chart yet, so this is what I'm remote viewing, and she's 96. And the the problem is you should be shocked, but not shocked because a part of you knows that you have been trying to upgrade the relationship and he's just basically saying, I'm not upgrading. I'm not working on it. And so you still had hopes that that's what was going to happen. And so even though the separation, you said, yeah, since last July. So that's when it hit 0 degrees Taurus. I'm actually surprised that's not that you didn't get the divorce papers right away, but now the moon's in Capricorn, your moon's in Capricorn, and you just feel like you've lost control, like you were fighting for this and you were loyal to a fault, and you just feel like you've just lost control. It's done. Are you going to be getting a divorce? Because I'd have to look at his birth chart, and I'm not going to do that here. You want to take a look at having a mini reading done, like his chart and your chart. But there's, to be honest with you, there's nothing in your chart that's terrible, terrible. And there's nothing in your chart like that's negative, and there's nothing in your chart that's positive, which means look at this date. There's amazing thing going to happen. So it's neutral. It's not and it's not it's neutral. So there's nothing devastating, and there's nothing like this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's completely neutral. So for what I'm seeing is, yeah, there's a divorce, and it maintains it's neutral, and it's okay financially. I don't see any problems with it financially or any kind of disruption financially. But with Saturn manifesting, if you want this marriage to work, you can manifest it and you can or stay together. Just because we stay together doesn't mean it's working, right? Uh, then you can manifest it now, and this can be a lifelong thing because we're going to you'll begin the manifesting now and you'll continue it for 6 months to a year. That's what this special new moon is. Whatever you put your manifesting towards now, hi Aneta, is what you are going to be manifesting for the next. Nick Nolte, thank you. Yes, I said Chris Christopherson, didn't I? Okay, I think they look similar. I don't know, but he had the whole beard thing, rough kind of look going on, right? I like Nick Nolte better though. Um, I mean, looks wise, I don't know them personally to say I like them better. Okay, so hardwood, you do you see when life will change in positive perspective? Well, you've been in a holding pattern. Yeah, you've been in a holding pattern. Uh, so Where are we here? And so, in the big scheme of things, this is a positive direction. A decision has been made. So now you can stop fighting, stop trying to do whatever you can to try to control the relationship coming back together again. And controlling the relationship to come together again doesn't mean you're a control freak. It means that you do your homework, you're working hard at it, you're seeking out professionals, you're coming up with goals and setting up, doing the things that they like that would make them happy. These are all little ways of controlling a situation that's out of control, that's chaotic. And you've been loyal and you've been holding it all together very well. So this is the beginning. But at 28 Aries, I'm going to take a look at. Oh, that could be when it was in Leo. So it'll be this year. No, no, sorry. I'll give you 2 dates. So one of them is, it looks like you're in a relationship in 2027, in the fall of 2027. That's when things really start looking up for you. And you understand the, and there's a lot of finances that you guys have to separate and a lot of resources you have to separate. But unless I'm wrong, it'll be very fair. It'll be done well. Like my baby finger. I hurt my baby finger. It'll be done quite well. So that's not going to be hard. It's not going to be like a horrible, drawn out, nasty divorce. But again, if you want this to work out, we're in a new moon or the tail end of it, and you can say, I want this marriage to work out. I want to stay together. I want to work it out. Or you can say, I want to be in a happy, loving, successful relationship. And then you let the universe take care of it. But either way, you can manifest right now. And that's what I would do with it. Let me see if there's anybody on my YouTube who wants to have a reading. So nice of you to offer a free reading. I wonder when my husband's family will stop with the drama. It's getting really old. My B day is 26/1970. Give me his birth date, because if I had to choose which one I would pick, what is your husband's birth date? Because then I can tell you if he'll ever get over the drama, because he's the drama person. All right. AskHollyHall.com is where you can get a reading from me as little as 33 buckaroonies. And it's cheap, 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 cheap. You can only be affected by drama if drama triggers you. Where are you here? Okay, so June 26, 1970. I guess I'm not going to get, I don't even know if you're here anymore. June 26, 1970. Let me know if you're still here, because I'm not going to be posting this one on YouTube after. I repent my sins. The book of Enoch, told the story of the Watchers. The book of Enoch is one of 18 books that didn't make it into the King James Bible. But they are just as important and well written and well documented in other, such as the Ethiopian Bible, the other versions of Bibles, including parts of the Torah, the Hebrew Bible. And the book of Enoch talks about the Watchers, which are the fallen angels. And the other parts of the Bible do talk about the fallen angels, Janeel, Trim. if you want to save me. And what happened is that the fallen angels did something wrong. Now I gotta try to find my plug for my computer. And they taught the humans about astrology and sorcery and using herbology and how to make weapons. And it wasn't that the humans weren't supposed to learn it, it's that they weren't supposed to learn it, this very advanced techniques, too young in their existence. So there's nothing wrong with astrology and everything else. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off now. With that being said, um, the drama is going to stop for you by the March of 2027, if you're able to be able to see that. Okay, so March in March of 2027. Because anybody's gossip, that's what it really is. It's not the drama, it's the gossip. People talking about other people behind other people's backs. That's what's driving you crazy. And it's driving you crazy because it happened to you when you were a kid and you consider it a form of bullying. Okay, so 2027 is when you're going to see this. But in the meantime, you're going to have a lot to say about it. And it's going to be a lot of 2027 as well. Okay, it's going to be even to the end of 2027. And it's confusing. There's lies that are going on too. So I can see why this is frustrating you. It's gossip and it's lies and it's wrong, right? It's wrong. Hey, CRB, how are you? I was just doing a bunch of free readings. That's all I did for today. And because I'm not having a good day and I'm not working on my computer, I'm working on this dinosaur of a PC because I'm a Mac girl. And I think it's important to do some free readings. Hey. So my computer's going to be shutting down soon because I'm on a dinosaur. And apparently I'm supposed to have my plug here somewhere, but I don't see it. It's Gonzo. Oh, here it is. It's plugged in. I have the best husband in the world. I'm going to tell you guys. He spoils me, especially when I'm cranky. Um, he makes sure I get cold really easily because I have low thyroid. And if he knows that I've been out and I'm coming home and I'm freezing, then he puts on the blanket and he puts the heater on. And anyways, he also, oh, any thoughts on Trump in Greenland? Good one. He also set it up so that I could just plug in. Here I am looking to plug it in everywhere, and he's got it all set up for me perfectly so I can just plug it in because this is his dinosaur. My computer's dead. Had a pretty crappy day around that, except for the fact that I hired an agent so I could be on podcasts. Okay, I had a bit of a tiff with my husband around the Trump and Greenland thing. Okay, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts and my research on that. Everybody researches using different experts, right? Whatever you gravitate towards. These are the experts. These are the books. These are the Britannicas. These are the archives. You're going to look up your own library for your to meet your needs in most cases. In my case, I was in favor of a more radical alternative representative of any, any political arena in the United States because I'm Canadian, and the same in Canada too, but we didn't get that. Is crypto's down, XRP went up. That's perfect. So I started digging about. I didn't know a lot about Greenland, and I saw a speech recently with Trump, and I've come to the conclusion that Billy Carson has come to, and I just listened to his last rant. Now, he does talk a lot about details about the history of Trump, the history of the Trump legacy, bloodline, all this kind of stuff. And I also went and started watching people visiting Greenland and just showcasing what it's like to be a native on Greenland, well, how they live, how they eat, how they, what their homes look like, everything. And this, I looked at some prior to recently. I looked at some that were like in 2017 and some recently. So, in a nutshell, and apparently he's going to be making a speech saying why owning Greenland is a national security threat. He's right and he's wrong. If Billy Carson's research is correct, and I'm not in line with him talking about political stuff because he's a spiritual leader and I think he should stick to the spiritual stuff. You can say what's good and what's right and what's correct and what's without pointing fingers. That's what I say, right? But what I did agree with him was that voting for anyone and expecting anyone to be, thanks, Anetta, anyone to be your leader is wrong. And it's interesting because I woke up with a download this morning in my lucid sleep and I wrote it down here. I put it on my YouTube and I put it on my um in other places as well. But I want to read it to you guys what I wrote if I can find it. Okay. And it was about the God energy. And I know you think I'm getting off track, but I'm not. I'm going to circle back around this because it's about politicians too. If I could just find it. Okay, I know where I got it for sure. Bear with me. My aha moment this morning in lucid waking. God doesn't need our worship. Her teachings was not meant to be to worship us. The lesson was always to recognize the sacred in one another and in the earth. Fear-based obedience to leaders was never meant to replace reverence, consciousness, and care. So that's what I got in the long run. We remember this big hierarchy of politicians and powers and leaders of countries and leaders of the world and leaders working with leaders. This is new. This is brand new in all Earth's existence. It's only 100 and maybe 200 years old. Okay, I'm going to say 200 years old. It was on a lower scale because obviously the Spaniards when it invaded Mexico, when it invaded Ireland, and there was the Europeans invaded the United States, invaded Canada, or they colonized it, however you want to look at it. A little bit of both. But why are we depending on large, powerful corporations and organizations and people to, yeah, yes. Oh, have a good night, Holly. Thank you. Um, Melissa, did I take a look at your chart? Oh yeah, I'm answering a question. So in a long run, no. I I don't I think Greenland should just stay sovereign. But what he's saying is the ice is melting in Greenland, and now there's the exposure to be able to mine uranium, and they've got one of the most unusual uraniums there, and that's what the whole world is going to want. The whole world is going to want it, not just the U.S. So I think he's jumping on board ahead of time and going, well, we want it, and we're going to protect you from everybody else who's going to try to steal it from you or take it from you or because they don't even have the means to export. Like this, I think there's 2 or 3 thousand people that live on this gigantic, uninhabited because it was full of ice, but now the ice is melting. So, and he doesn't have long to live. So he's trying. It's like he's trying to do everything and everything in like 3 or 4 years, right? And what a sweetie. Mine is pretty great too. Not sure what that means. So I have the ability to see things 360. I understand why he's doing it on a political arena. I know why he's doing it on a business arena. I know why he's doing it on a safety, national security, but he's not going to say exactly why. But at the end of the day, it's all greed. Everything is greed, right? Everything is greed, and we don't have to live that way. And that's why I've always talked about the Great Divide. I just interviewed somebody who's very well spoken about the Great Divide and how we can get to that point, and we will get to that point. But we're just going to live our own way, the way that we want to. And I believe that the entire world is going to support Greenland. But I wish they would do it with Gaza because they're going to take over Gaza too. It's going to be one of the richest, wealthiest places to live. Saudi Arabia is too, but that's Saudi Arabia. That's not the US. And nobody's really jumping and running to save Gaza, but or anywhere else. But for some reason, they will Greenland. Probably because it's so uninhabited and the people there are salt of the earth and there isn't World War III going on there. So it's not a dangerous place to try to save or back up. So I believe the whole world, and this is where we're going to start to become like this collective consciousness, is going to support the fact that Greenland can be sovereign. But it's going to be one of those things where Greenland won't even know who to trust because they're going to know their worth. And all of a sudden, they're like the most popular kid on the street, and everybody wants to take pictures with them. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. Everybody wants attention from them. And so they won't know, like, are you helping us just so you can get into the back pocket, get in our back pocket? So, how does that answer resonate with you, whoever asked me the question, or anybody? So, the drama is I talk to people to their face. Yeah. Well, you talk to people to their face, but you don't like gossip behind your back, right? Thanks, everyone. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much. Uh, this is not going to be repeated on YouTube, so it's a special edition just for you guys. I'm not really going to be doing a lot until I get my computer back. You know what else, too? I even bought like an iPad because I've always with a keyboard and a pen, and I always wanted to know what it was like to use one. So I thought, well, I'll buy one, check it out, I'll have something. Well, the other one's gone. It didn't work. Something was wrong with the keyboard, and then it locked me out. And I swear I'm using a password I added to it, but it was locking me out, saying it's the wrong password, and I can't get in, and I can't change the password. So I'm taking it back tomorrow. Terrible, right? You would think that, I just got a life sentence. So it's a good way for me to take hold of my addictions. I'm already took everything else out of my life on this cleanse. Might as well take my computer away. Okay, everyone. We'll talk to you. I'll be here tomorrow, pretty much doing the same thing, rambling on. And I will get you come back and do some free readings at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day of the week, 5 days a week. Namaste.